Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 5 question series from C Rise. Today we have Jeff MacMillan from Affinity. Jeff, I'd love to hear an introduction from you.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff MacMillan. I'm the Vice President of Payments and Deposits. I have a group of folks who take care of debit, credit, deposits, solutions like merchant services. All around the account is the team we take care of and everything.
Thanks, Jeff, and really appreciate you taking the time for today. We're going to keep it real quick, just a couple of quick questions. I'm going to jump right in. Just from Affinity and from your standpoint, I know we have seen that overall member behavior starting to change, right? How has that changed for Affinity from a sort of channel usage standpoint?
Yep. When COVID hit, we made a decision to change our approach to branch banking. We closed the branches, obviously, at that time in March, and we've moved to an appointment-only approach to the branches and member activity for those services where you need a team member to take care of you. We're pushing our members to use digital services. So mobile deposits, ATMs, contactless cards. So we're leading the shift with our members in this way. And we are seeing a huge shift, especially traditional transactions that were at the teller line are moving to the ATM or the digital service that we have.
I mean, it's been exciting. I mean, the whole idea of what channels were, how people, I mean, there's been such a huge transformation there. What about branch activity? I mean, do you see members coming to branches like before? I know you said there's an appointment system now for specific stuff and you're shifting people, but do you think things are going to go back to branchings the way it was before?
In our organization, we're looking at that. We think that we have enough great digital services that we really don't need to have our members come back to do a transaction. So we're right now sticking to the appointment-only model, but the door is open when you come in, and we'll take care of you for heavy-duty banking needs. But from our perspective, and in the Northeast of the U.S. here, we're seeing more digital, and that just plays into what we want to do. Using your phone, using your computer, subscription services, all that good stuff. We're seeing a lot more of that. Our ATMs are lined up. We've changed our approach to ATMs now. We have a more managed services, so we're cleaning them faster. We're getting them up and running more, and that shift is working. Even what we're seeing too is very unique. Is say a drive-through ATM breaks down, we're seeing the branch staff see through the window and walk out with a mask on, and we'll take the order of the transaction for the member, kind of like McDonald's almost. And the members appreciate that. So it's just a unique way, but it emphasizes that transactions can be done by anybody, anywhere, versus going into the branch for that transaction. And let's use the branch to get you a better service or additional services and everything.
No, it's been fascinating to see that shift. And I think it is a chance for credit unions to really shine with the differentiated service. That whole idea that we're also service-driven, member-driven, this is the opportunity. But let's shifting gears a little bit, coming back to, I guess, a little bit more sort of where you're involved at Affinity too. What do you see is going to happen with, there's already a push towards alternative payments and contactless. What's going on? What's your thought on sort of that direction at Affinity?
So we were a leader in contactless. We launched our contactless program, debit credit, spring of 2019. We were a leader here. We're actually ahead of some of the big banks in the Northeast. So all our cards are contactless. So we're seeing that. We're now seeing a shift to subscription services, digital services. We've introduced a new product called Card Sync, where we'll take your credentials and get the other card out and put our card into a Venmo, for example, or Netflix. And we're really supporting our members' digital approaches to things. Zelle's coming out. We've got a new money movement approach to things. Next year, we'll be linking AI with money movement and create a whole center. So we're building on that whole platform and everything.
Yeah, and I've seen, I mean, you guys are definitely, just for everybody's benefit, obviously, chip and pin's been around, but contactless, Affinity is definitely leading the way on that. That's huge. What about fraud? Have you seen just kind of with the change of things happen? Do you think credit unions are going to have to invest more in fraud prevention? What's Affinity doing in that regards?
Let me add one more thing we're doing, which I think is kind of unique, is we have a cashback rewards program. So we've actually created a new rewards category for digital transactions like your Netflix. We call it listen, ride, and stream. And it just complements that kind of approach too. Regarding fraud, because our members' cards are now into new places, we expect to see more fraud. It's just the nature of the business. So yes, we're looking at new softwares. We're looking at things like dynamic CVV on the back of your card so that you could actually text us a request for a real-time, one-time CVV code that you put into your online transaction or into the app to make it work. So we expect fraud to increase, but we're also looking to defend against it. And I think there's a lot of really good tools out there. We're looking at something called Ripple Shot right now, which has a little AI in it to project and dive deep on those cards that were already compromised that you don't know if you need to replace or not. And we're struggling, with that concept. So this will help us actually through some AI pick the cards that we need to actually get replaced quickly. So.
Yeah, and you all have a sizable card program, so I'm sure I wonder what is this? I guess as the last question. What does this mean for do you need to revisit or have you had to go back to your payment strategy for 2021 and sort of time ahead as a result of what's happened in 2020?
We've actually just finished that. And our approach to digital now, our CEO said, I want you to redo your strategies for 3 years. So we've just finished up about 2 weeks ago. I have payments and deposits, and we've looked out 3 years. We've found some really neat digital features. We're also looking internally from an operational perspective of what can we do better. So for example, I have the disputes area. I'd rather have a call center person come in. Is there a way where we can push the dispute information back out to your phone so that you don't have to call us and find out, has that Walmart dispute finished and everything? So more of a self-serve, unassisted model. So yes, that stuff's all been worked out. And now we're just starting into 2021 to execute it and everything.
I love the idea. In fact, as you were saying it's starting to make a whole lot of sense, the whole digital or the dynamic CVV idea. Get the sort of, especially in the case where it's a heightened fraud or something, if it flags it out, an immediate enter the CVV in there. That would be,
our card issuer provider has that, so we can bake it in. And then they also support cardless ATMs too. So get that, go up to the ATM with your mobile device, get the transaction done and everything. Again, that really helps, especially with COVID and people going into new ATMs and everything and not wanting all those keys and everything. That would help too and everything. So.
Well, more and more, I think, like you said, people are reliant on their phones. I hate to say it, but I think Wells may have started that initiative at some point.
When I first got here, it was mobile first, and now it's mobile engagement. And everything we do has to have a mobile approach to it first, and then the PC is second. And it's our role just to keep our members educated how to use this stuff and everything. And we're seeing that happen.
And honestly, we love it. We've really enjoyed working with Affinity and being a partner there, and because I think it actually makes our team better as well from what we learn and how we contribute both sides of it. I do really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Jeff. This has been really insightful and helpful. Thanks again, everybody.